What's more important than design itself? It's understanding why you're designing in the first place. Now, for beginners, when jumping into a new design project, it's tempting to dive straight into the fun stuff, playing with color, picking type, trying out layouts. But here's the thing, design without direction is just decoration. If you want your work to actually mean something, to hit the mark, to do its job, then you've got to start with one thing, a proper design brief. Understanding a project's requirements could possibly be the most important step in your design process. If you fail to give this adequate attention, you could completely miss your project's goals. To confidently begin a project, you're going to need a graphic design brief, especially if you're unsure of what you need to solve. So let's break down what a graphic design brief is and why it's so important. So as designers, we want to do great work that delivers and work with impact. And to do that, we need clarity. We need to understand exactly what the project is asking from us and why it even exists in the first place. Jumping into design decisions without a clear understanding of the problem, well, that's risky. You might create something that looks good but misses the point entirely. The best design does two key things: serves a clear function or purpose, and it responds directly to the project goals. And if it looks great too, that's a bonus. Remember, your job isn't just to make something pretty, it's to communicate a message, an idea, a story, visually and effectively. And the graphic design brief is your blueprint. So what is a graphic design brief? Well, put simply, it's a practical document that outlines the scope of a project and includes all the key details a designer will need to be aware of before they embark on a design process to solve a creative problem. Now, a design brief can come in many formats. Depending on where the brief is coming from, a brief could be a branded document carefully crafted as a booklet or leaflet, or it could be a very simple document printed across a few sheets of paper, printed out in black and white from an inkjet or laserjet printer. While some design briefs may be created in a digital format, such as a 16:9 landscape document, they are more commonly prepared for print as A4 portrait documents. This format is practical, easy to compose, and ideal for sharing and working with in a tangible way. Designers often like to get hands-on with a brief, making notes, highlighting key points, and referring back to it throughout the project. For that reason, printed briefs tend to be the most practical and user-friendly option. A design brief is usually written by a person or team requesting the work. This could be a marketing manager, account manager, or creative director. In smaller teams, it may come directly from the client. In education, briefs are often created by tutors to mimic real-world scenarios, but often, especially in freelance or solo work, it may be a designer who will need to craft the brief. A graphic design brief should help you understand the problem you're solving, identify the needs of the client or audience, stay focused throughout the project, understand exactly what you need to deliver, and help you explain your decisions with confidence. A good design brief will include key criteria such as a clear overview of the client and project, details about the target audience, clear goals and objectives, competitor or market context, the deliverables, success metrics, a timeline, any constraints or requirements, a budget, and any additional information a designer will need to know. So here are some typical graphic design briefs. Now, while every brief might look a little different, depending on the client or the industry, they all aim to cover the same essentials. If you want to explore these brief examples more closely, you can get them from the graphic design ebook that comes as part of this graphic design course. The graphic design ebook contains everything you need to follow along with this course. Not only does the ebook contain all the key information explored in this video, which you can view anytime, anywhere, but it also includes all the download links to all the design resources featured in this course. With the ebook open, click the design resources section in the main index, click design briefs, click design brief examples, and from here you will see several brief examples which you can click to open and observe. So why is the graphic design brief so important? Because when you have a solid, detailed brief, everything becomes easier. Having everything clearly outlined and organized at the start can give you the best start to a project. In the industry, time is money, and the less time you can spend preparing to start a project, the more time you can spend on the design process. The design brief helps a project stay on track, where you're less likely to go off course, which can prevent less back and forth later on and becomes a point of reference that you and the client can return to if anything becomes unclear. Now, an often overlooked benefit of a solid design brief is rationalizing your design decisions during review or client feedback. A good brief doesn't just help you start, it helps you defend your work. When it's time to present your designs, you'll be able to point back to the brief and show how each decision connects to the goals, audience, and tone. It gives your work context and makes you look professional. So a graphic design brief will help optimize your time, direct your creativity, inform your decisions, and safeguard your sanity. So you really should not start a project without one in place. So what if you don't have a brief? Well, not all briefs are created equal. Sometimes you'll be given a clear and detailed brief. If you work as a full-time designer with established clients, chances are you might get a well-prepared brief. Other times, not so much. Some clients might hand over a short email, some might want to chat over coffee, and some might not even give you a brief at all, which can be common if you are a freelancer working with small businesses. So what if you're not provided a brief? Well, in those cases, it's up to you to help guide the process and ask the right questions to get the information you need to do a good and informed job. If a brief isn't handed to you, you can build one by taking some effective steps, either by sending over a quick questionnaire, requesting a meeting, or jumping on a call with the client, which we'll talk more about how to do in a future episode. So what if a design brief is too vague or missing key details? Now, even if you're handed a brief, that doesn't always mean it's ready for action. Remember, not all briefs are created equal, and some can be vague, incomplete, or even confusing. You might get a few bullet points in an email, or just a vague idea like make it look cool. In those cases, don't be afraid to push back politely. You're well within your right to request more clarity or ask additional questions before you begin designing. You can enhance the brief by filling in the gaps, taking steps to acquire the information you need from the client directly. Remember, you're responsible for delivering effective design, and to do that, you need a clear and focused brief to work from. If something's unclear, seek clarity. It's part of being a professional designer. Now, it's also worth knowing that there are different types of briefs, which can exist across a wide spectrum. Open briefs give you a high scope of creative freedom. Closed briefs are more prescriptive and specific, which may give you a lower scope of creative freedom. Whereas flexi briefs can define limitations, but also offer a good degree of creative freedom. Now, I won't go too deep into those right now. We'll be looking at these in a future video. But at this point, it's good to know the difference exists at this early stage. So before you start to design anything, ask yourself, do I confidently understand the problem I'm solving? If the answer is no, press pause and don't start until you've got a solid brief in hand, whether it's given to you or crafted by you. Because the success of any design doesn't start with color or layout, it starts with clarity. In the next episode, we're going to take a deeper look at what actually makes a good graphic design brief. I'll break down the sections and give you a closer look at one of the examples I showed earlier. So see you in the next video.